life cycle and alteration of generations. The sequence of events through which an organism passes from zygote to the zygote of the next generation constitute its life cycle. The haploid plant produces gametes by mitosis. This plant body represents gametophyte. After fertilization, zygote divides by mitosis to produce diploid sporophytic plant body haploid. Spores are produced by meiosis and from haploid plant body once again. Thus, during life cycle of sexually reproducing plant, haploid gametophyte and spore-producing diploid sporophyte. Life cycles are of following types. 1. Haplontic life cycle. Sexual reproduction always involves cyclic alternation between a haploid and a diploid condition. Towards the end of growing season, the gametophyte plant produces gametes. The gametes fuse to form zygote. The zygote undergoes meiosis, producing 4 haploid spores. The spore germinates to produce gametophyte plant. There is alternation between a prolonged haploid vegetative gametophyte plant and a single called diploid zygote. Such a life cycle is called haplontic life cycle. It is primitive type characterized by zygote meiosis. Example: Spirogyra, Chlamydomonas, and Oedogonium. 2. Diplontic life cycle. The diploid sporophyte is a dominant phase in the life cycle. The sex organs produce gametes. The haploid condition is limited to the gametes alone. The gametophyte is represented by haploid cells, the gametes only. The sporophyte plant in the life cycle alternates with a few haploid cells called the gametes. Such a life cycle is called diplontic life cycle. Haplodiplontic life cycle. Example: Bryophytes and pteridophytes exhibit an intermediate condition called haplodiplontic. Both phases are multicellular and often free-living. They differ in their dominant phases. A dominant independent photosynthetic thalloid or exact phase is represented by haploid gametophyte, and it alternates with short-lived multicellular sporophyte totally or partially dependent on the gametophyte for its anchorage and nutrition. Example: Bryophytes. A diploid sporophyte is represented by dominant independent photosynthetic vascular plant body. It alternates with multicellular autotrophic independent but short-lived haploid gametophyte. Example: Polytrichum. Algae are generally haplontic. Ectocarpus, Polysiphonia, calps are haplodiplontic. Fucus is diplontic.